Good morning, students of class 10. You are welcome back to the e-classes now. Let us continue our lesson in history. The nationalist movement in Indochina we are doing, and we have reached 6.0. The communist movement and Vietnamese nationalism. Now in this, there are altogether right now we have 5 points to discuss today, and some more are there. We will do that in the next class. So right now we will discuss 5 points. The Great Depression of 1930s. The Great Depression, you have already learned in class 9. The Great Depression had a wide range of impact around the world, and Vietnam was also affected. The Great Depression of 1930s had a profound impact. Profound means deep, serious, deep impact on Vietnam, as prices of rubber and rice fell. The prices of rubber and rice fell in the international market. There was no country was ready to purchase rubber and rice because they were suffering from the depression. There was economic depression as well. So naturally, the farmers could not sell their product outside. So the prices of rubber and the rice fell down in the international market as well as in their own market, home market, leading to rising rural debts. Leading to the rural debts. Most of the people, they had to borrow money in order to sustain. So this has led to rising rural debts, unemployment, and rural uprising. So this has led to the uprising in the rural areas. Most of the people were unemployed. The income was very little. Practically there was no income as their goods could not be sold in the market. So, and most of the people have borrowed money from the money lenders, and they had to pay the money back to the money lenders. Now they were in debt. So in this way, this type of impact was felt the most in the provinces of Nha Gian and Ha Tinh. These two provinces were among the worst affected by these Great Depressions. So such impact, what type of impact? The prices of rubber and rice fell down, unemployment and rising debts, as well as rural uprisings. The villagers, the poor people were not satisfied with the functioning of the government. So naturally there was a voice starting, the voice was raised against the government. So in this way there was rural uprisings, and such impact was felt the most in these two provinces, in the provinces of Nha Gian and Ha Tinh. These are the two provinces. These provinces were among the poorest. Why? Because these two provinces were among the poorest and have been called the electrical fuses of Vietnam. These two provinces were called the electrical fuses of the Vietnam. Why? Because these two provinces are the poorest, and naturally the poor people, they start a revolution. So these are the first to blow under pressure. Now they are under pressure. What was the pressure? The depression of 1930s. The pressure of debts, the pressure of unemployment, the pressure of rural uprising, the pressure of falling prices of rubber and rice. So under pressure, these two provinces were the first to blow, means the first to start a revolution. These two provinces were the poorest and have been called the electrical fuses of Vietnam. Now here, number 3, when a system was under pressure, they were the first to blow. So they were the first to blow, means here these two provinces were the first to blow. The French suppressed these uprisings. The French or the colonizer suppressed these uprisings with great severity. With great severity, the uprising they suppressed. The French tried to stop or suppress these uprisings in the poorest region. The French even used planes to bombard demonstrators and villages. The French never hesitated to use planes to bombard the demonstrators as well as the villages from where the uprising started against the French. So, even using planes to drop bombs on demonstrators or on top of the village. So, villages were destroyed. People were killed. Demonstrators were shot down. The demonstrators were bombed. This is called severity. French suppressed the uprising with severity. The severity example we can see over here, planes to bomb the demonstrators and even the villages. Now after this, in 1930, let us talk about Ho Chi Minh. He was a great leader. In our previous class I have told you a little bit about Ho Chi Minh. Ho Chi Minh was a great leader. In 1930, Ho Chi Minh brought together competing nationalist groups. In Vietnam, there were many nationalist groups. So Ho Chi Minh, they united. Ho Chi Minh combined all the competing nationalist groups to set up Vietnamese Communist. Ho Chi Minh, he tried very hard and he combined all the nationalist parties, groups into one, and he named the group Vietnamese Communist. Later on, he renamed this group, which was united, Indo-Chinese Communist Party. Later on, Ho Chi Minh renamed the Vietnamese Communist into Indo-Chinese Communist Party. Ho Chi Minh gave the name, renamed this group, which was united. He was inspired, can you see? He was inspired by the Communist Party of Europe. Ho Chi Minh, he read much of the story or the history of Europe. So naturally he got the information, he got the idea, and he was inspired by the European Communist Party and their movements. So that's why he started this, uniting the different groups of nationalists into one and renamed Indo-Chinese Communist Party. So that's all for today. Thank you very much for your attention and your presence. You have listened attentively. Only thing, you need to be present every day so that it doesn't take a long time, so that you will not miss each and every thing from the online portal. So that's all for today. We'll meet in the next class.